Imagine living in a society where you can be anyone you want, you can choose any career you like without getting judged by the outside world. Hi, my name is Apoorva Gamage and I'm an interior design student graduating in 2022. For my final project, the space I created is a contemporary and an experimental art center dedicated for the artists and the people who are interested in art. It's a space basically where you can come and express yourself, work on your creativity, experiment on your talents. Even if you haven't figured out your talents, you can still come there and experiment and figure out who you want to be and what you are. The name of my space is called as Perception. Well, there's a story behind it and I will get into it. Society has many opinions regarding careers related to art and design. Most of the time when we go outside of Colombo, the typical families, they have this stereotypical mindset of your son or your daughter has to be a doctor or an engineer to have a successful life. So in this project, I want to break that stereotypical mindset and bring awareness to the people that the outside world is bigger and wider than what you think it is, and it has more opportunities when it comes to careers related to art and design. And also, the financial and the social support is also not given to the art careers, even from the authorities. Sometimes artists go represent our country on an international level, but social, political and financial acceptance is not given properly to the art careers to be an established profession in the country. This is actually how I started my journey for this final major project. I looked into different art careers found around the world and I was interested by the illusion art. When I was looking at illusion art, I found out about how bizarre optical illusion art is. When talking about optical illusion, there is this one man who you can't ever forget. He's a Dutch graphic artist, his name is MC Escher. The most interesting thing about this artist is that he actually explored two different subjects, which is mathematics and art together, and created his own creativity. That's why he is unique in his own way. He is famous for his bizarre optical illusion art as well as lithographs, mezzotins. He basically played with impossible angles, impossible perspectives, especially impossible architecture. When you look at his art, you will see that how detailed they are and how mind-bending those artworks are. By looking at MC Escher's artworks, I found out this very famous art which is called relativity, and it is an art which inspired many of the movies around the world. For example, 2001 Harry Potter movie, 2014 Night at the Museum movie, and Inception movie. If you guys have watched Harry Potter, you know that there is this scene where the students, they just go inside this weird moving staircase. Actually, there are a couple of staircases. So that exact scene was inspired by the relativity artwork of MC Escher. And also, there is a very deep meaning behind this relativity artwork. Basically, if you look at it, you see that there are different staircases coming from different angles, and there are people walking down those stairs, which shows the real world where each individual, you and me, we have our own lives. We go in our own pathways, and we don't really notice what is happening around us when we are so focused and obsessed with life and dreams and hierarchies. So MC Escher tried to show this life of running and achieving hierarchies, and he wanted to show it in a metaphorical way. This space is called as Perception, and the story behind this brand is how people perceive certain things in the world and how they interpret it in their own way. So basically, it's like you see something and you process it in your head and you interpret it in a way that makes sense to you based on the familiar things you have gone through in life. This building consists of ground floor, 2 mezzanine floors and first floor. In the ground floor, we can find the material gallery shop, an office corner, exhibition space, art studio, cafe and back of house, which consists of janitor's room and the storage. and also interior exterior voids which are dedicated for the performing artists. The core of the building is the exhibition space, which is the space which consists of the main about the concept. It is a space which confuses your brain. There is a feature staircase which is connecting to the two mezzanine floors. Basically, when you look from one point, you won't be able to see the whole thing. You have to go through and experience it. It's a whole journey. And also, there is an installation which is like an upside down staircase to create an optical illusion, which again connect with the concept and MCA shows art. The exterior and the interior voids are created for the performing artists to work on their events, work on their creativity. And also it's a flexible space. If you're a person who loves the nature and who loves to work in the nature, you can still do that. And also if you want to stay inside, you can still do that inside the building. In the first floor, we will find a social gathering space and an enclosed theatre space. The social gathering space is a space dedicated for, again, the people who come to the exhibitions or whatever the events we have. So basically, when you go to an exhibition, you go through the artworks and you enjoy it. And after, sometimes you have like a small after party where you can talk with the other artists and collaborate, exchange your ideas. So all events like this will be happening at this social gathering space. So next to the social gathering space, we have the closed theatre space, which is a space dedicated for the events like dramas, theatre, work, and all of that. This space consists of 8 floors, and also the material choice of this space is done in a way to help the audience enjoy the event. Basically, when you are in a theatre, and if you have tones of red, that is the first thing which will disappear in your head. So I paid attention to very tiny details like this. And also when designing this space, I paid attention to sustainability and how the wind and light works. So when you go through the plans and the interior of this space, you will find different walls with different cutouts, windows, doors. And all these elements are placed in a way to help regulate the temperature and the light of the building. So as you know, nowadays Sri Lanka is going through a very hard time and we have daily power cuts. So considering these issues, I made this space in a way to circulate the wind inside the building and keep it cool throughout the day. So even the roof, even the walls, the doors, the corridors, everything is designed to circulate the wind and the air inside the building. That is my final major project, and thank you so much.